Alright, so this could be the last time I'm ever in 5159 Carrollton, and I just want to get some video documentation. This place means a lot to me. Spent many hours here renovating this place from top to bottom. You can see, starting in the basement here, we have the floor joists from front to back. You can kind of see up there a new gray concrete block at the top. Dad and I and Mom spent better part of an entire weekend tearing out the entire front of the house, jacking it up on that post, and then replacing a bunch of termite damage on the sill plate of the very front there, and then replacing it with new concrete block. You can see in the floor joist, so we sistered that one, this one, that's 2, not these, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, double, 11, 12, sistered that one, 13 of the floor joists. We sistered up, and then under the crawl space here, it says Gene Sharp written all over it, all new floor joists. So these aren't even sistered, the whole thing was just completely taken out. This was obviously dark, damp, and just an awful place to be when I first bought it. We spent a lot of time here. You could stand on the dirt here and see the roof rafters above when we got done tearing everything out. And rebuilt it from the ground up. You can see we've got an I-beam that we made there with 3, I believe those are 2x8s. And then we did the same thing with these screw jacks down here. We made an I-beam to take the bounce out of the floor on this main level, and man, did it work. It's a super solid floor for how old this house is. Dad installed that furnace and bent the metal for all the duct work. And did this whole trunk line, did all this HVAC work, all the way through the whole house. Replaced every duct line in the whole house. Yeah, so this is the basement. This is actually not a bad place to be now. Definitely wasn't a bad place to work with working lights and a switch right here. So you could see what was going on when you're underneath the crawl space, even though it's accumulated some spare parts and such over the years, but still pretty far cry from what most crawl spaces are. So let's head upstairs. From here, I'll turn the lights off down here. This could be it. And then we stubbed out for hose bibs, or I don't know what that was for. Actually, the water heater's over here. The sink is right here. I assume this is for... Oh, that's for the washer. It's for the washer and dryer. Yeah, that's for the washer and dryer. So... these stairs, product of Gene Sharp for sure. Extra wide, easy slope. We removed the middle beam that went right there and just got in the way of everything. And to get around that, so we doubled up this plate. Actually, we cut this one out. It used to go across right here, and we created all this headroom right here between that joist. Doubled up that joist. Actually, yeah, and then because we put that beam in, that's carrying the load for that corner all the way up through the house. So you see, this was early on in our construction days. We're still using Phillips head screws, and we used a lot of nails on this house. Dad rounded the corners. Rounding the corners on the OSB, there's where the router stopped, so you wouldn't catch on the corner as you're walking down. Classic. Light, A little bit of storage space under there. I remember when Lila was a couple months old, and I was down in the basement, and she came crawling to this step right here. And that was before these steps had been replaced. They were old and junky, and they were just terrible, terrible steps. And she started to crawl down right there, and I came flying up the steps, and I caught her, like right here, before she fell down the steps. It would have been a terrible day, just barely. So up into the kitchen, hang a left. These are the red oak countertops and the red oak cabinets, and the red oak cabinets that my dad and I and my mom and Jill even got involved with these cabinets. We milled these on my dad's table saw and that rigid chop saw. Where did the red oak come from? I feel like my dad had the red oak. I don't even think I had to buy the wood. These things look almost exactly like the day we put them in 13 years ago. Plywood, done right, except for the wiring, but at least it's capped. Beautiful cabinets. Beautiful cabinets. I cannot believe how well. This has been a rental unit for the past 11 years, and look at these cabinets. These are unbelievable. Look at these things. They look like the day we put them in. No particle board in there. We got this detail up here with the door that opens above the fridge from every direction. All cabinet grade plywood in there. Not stuff you find in a rental unit. Made this for this little area over here. So is Jill's original TV. Remote still works. Used to watch TV, CNBC and Sports Center while I was eating breakfast in the morning, getting ready to go to work at Aces. I'd be shocked if this TV's, I don't know, it might not be connected. We got pull-out drawers. My dad is incredible. Look at these full pull-out drawers, custom made for this spot. No way would my 25, 26-year-old self have been able to afford these back then. Just tons of storage, just stuff you do not find in a rental unit, like ever. Awesome Waste King garbage disposal. But yeah, this is the kitchen. It's phenomenal. It's held up amazingly well. This was looks like we got a burn from a pan that was put on there, but this was a countertop. We bought from solidsurface.com, I believe, in 3 12-foot by 3-foot sheets, and we cut it, glued it, fabricated it at my parents' house down in Evansville, and my parents brought it up here. We milled and made these countertops from a template. These were strips of solid surface material when we got them, and we fabricated them, put them together, and they are still holding up like a champ. These things are amazing. Amazing. You're technically able, like, there's scratches in there. I haven't worked on them in a while, but they you can sand those out and buff those out, so they're really nice. So into the living room, expose that brick. We ran ductwork up here in the chase, and then down in the corners. That's where the ductwork is getting up to the second floor. We've got runs coming across here and dumping air into this room there, and up by the front door there. This was completely covered. On the other side, it still is covered. Put in that tile. Dad's stairs. So he built this railing from the from the same red oak we made the cabinets from. Again, 12 years as a rental. This thing looks like the day we put it in. It still isn't loose at all. Like you could run into that with a dump truck, and it would do more damage to the dump truck. That goes all the way through to the basement and is secured to two of the floor joists through the floor. Unbelievable. So you come up here, coming upstairs, and it's the bathroom. More of these custom-made cabinets, made kind of like a medicine cabinet up here in the bathroom. Really nice, big, wide open bathroom. Man, I wish I would have got more before pictures of this bathroom, but it was tiny and it was decrepit, and we really turned it into something very decent. Same countertop material that we use downstairs with this integrated solid surface sink that's held up like a champ. Amazing how good a condition this property's still in. Used this space. This was empty before we turned it into upstairs storage. Finished it out, put lights on each side, little hanger there to hang dress shirts or something. The closet space on these older homes is pretty limited, so anytime you can squeeze a little spot to get a few more feet to hang shirts and stuff on, it's definitely appreciated. A little custom door in the knee wall there to get access to that nice detail. So when we bought the place, the door to the master bedroom was back behind the flue, and so this was a long hallway. We moved the door up this way, so when the door opened, you have a bigger room, and this door works really well right here because it's doesn't take up room in the quote-unquote master bedroom. Just takes up a little bit of room in the hallway. And every square foot up here is about a 500 square foot per floor, so about 1,000 square foot apartment. Every square foot counts. So this was Lila's first room. Yeah, not much, but this is where we began our journey. This is where she spent the first couple months. Right here, cool little detail, making use of every inch. So here was Lila's first closet. You can see it's built in above the stairs that we just came up. So obviously that was completely walled off when I bought the place. We knocked it down. We built in this access so that you could have a way to step up and you can store stuff up here. Just ingenious. My dad was all my dad. When I bought the place, the closets were right here. There were offsetting closets for this room and the other room. They were just flip-flopped right here on this wall. They were both really, really tiny, like these older houses would do. So we built some steps up to their little closet there. Super cool detail. Definitely don't find that everywhere. This is Lila's room. It's the same fan we had 13 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I've never changed it. I'm sure the bulbs have been changed, and that's it. Super Hunter fan. They're very utilitarian, still going. And then this is the master bedroom, access to the attic up there. More of this countertops material, kind of like a key drop or a phone charging station or something when you come into the master bedroom. You can see what we did with the closets here. So we just got like a pretty basic closeting system here, and it's got two rows. And so it was like the closet was the size of that, and then that one would have gone to the other room, and there was one hanger across for each room, so dramatically increased the storage capacity. I mean, obviously this is like some grand walk-in closet, but this is pretty nice for a rental unit to have that kind of closet space. It's pretty nice in this part of Indianapolis. So, nothing crazy here, but some cool closet details in the bedrooms upstairs. And man, this place just brings back a ton of memories. A lot of hours, a lot of sweat, a lot of time spent in this place, and it's been a very good investment. A lot of time spent with my parents working on this, and a lot of memories. Very pivotal time in my life that that this product or that this duplex came around, and my first rental property, the first house I ever bought, first place I ever owned, and 13 years later, here I am selling it, and hopefully I'm making the right decision. But this thing is definitely a part of my story, and I just wanted to make sure I got one more look at it here before somebody else owns it. I'd like to think that the Sharp family made quite an imprint on this little corner of 52nd and Carrollton that'll be here for quite some time. So, thanks. That's it.